Welcome, everybody. I'm super excited to be here Saturday, 11 o'clock, a little after the morning, as we all get started. I'm really glad to be able to be joining all of those live viewers. It looks like people continue to come on. I want to go ahead and bring in with me here before we get started, Laurel. Welcome, Laurel. Say hi to everybody.
Hi, welcome, everybody.
Laurel's going to help me facilitate this today. Our teams have been busy at work, and we've got a lot of content today, and so as Laurel, LJ, and I go through part of this, we're really excited to be able to bring to you a whole lot more about what the experience is going to be today. And maybe before we get going, LJ, I want to go and ask you a question and maybe have you share. Now, LJ is one of our account executives, and she is kind of behind the scenes. You might have called in, you might have had a chance to talk with her. She's on Mark's team, and Mark and Carla have been helping us facilitate a lot of this here over the last couple of days. We're excited about having them back here again next week, Thursday and Friday. But today I have Laurel to be with us all day. So thanks. Laurel, tell me a little bit, as you've had a chance to watch through some of this, tell me a little bit about what your thoughts have been about the event as it's kind of started here just a couple days ago.
Yeah, I have loved it. I've had the opportunity to help answer a couple of questions you guys have commented, and I've loved being able to do that. And I also love being able to see your comments and see the info we have, because I'm a little bit newer to this in quilting. So it's been a great opportunity for me to learn. And I'll tell you, there's a lot of questions out there that I'm like, I'm not quite sure. And so it's really good for me. And then again, I love seeing your guys' comments on the team. We're like, oh, look, someone from Wyoming or New York or whatever, So I love seeing your guys' comments.
Great. Thank you very, very much. It's been fun having you here. Now, maybe you can tell me this, and I know that day one, when we did this on Thursday, there were a couple things. We were out in the studio, we were recording, and as we kind of had to check midday and at the end, you guys were like, hands in the air, there's so much going on. Maybe tell us a little bit about what the experience was, because I think were a lot of people responding, a lot of calls, a lot of chats. Tell us a little bit about that, and then how you guys helped those customers all out.
Yeah, so it was super fun. There was, especially the first day, because everyone's excited, they're ready to go, and I love that, and I love talking with you guys.
It's been fun. So it's really great to have you on part of the team here at Grace Company, having you help assist all of our customers, the quilters that are out there. Thank you, quilters. We're continuously seeing more people join us. Let's just do a quick shout out as we're looking at everybody that's kind of coming in. We have a lot of people. Welcome back. I remember Miss Kate Scraps here. You joined us a couple times. Hello again from Kentucky, it looks like. We have Francis, North Carolina. I guess that's what that is, correct? I love the little emoji. Thank you, Rachel from Texas. And again, we have a lot of people here. Here we go. California, Hercules, California. Welcome. Kareem is, I think, how we're going to say that one. Diana from Oklahoma. Another one from California, Southern California. Welcome, Terry. Thank you for joining us today. Linda from Nebraska. Wonderful. Diane, Illinois. And we have a lot of people, so thanks for continuing. Here's another one from Asheville. Cheryl, thank you for joining us. Thanks for being with us. Again, another one from Texas. Good afternoon. Hello, Carol. Hello, Carol Van Gordon. Welcome. Thanks for being with us today. And again, we just see a lot of people as you're coming in. Again, give us a little shout out. Let us know you're there. We're glad to have you all join us. Here's another good morning. Good morning, Colleen. Welcome. Good morning, all quilters from there. Here we have another one from Virginia. Sandy, welcome. Betsy, again, thank you for coming and thanks for being with us. Another one from Georgia. Deborah, thanks everybody for being with us. It's been great to have you join us. We're excited about today's schedule. To start off, it's going to be a little bit different. We're going to do some giveaways, so I'm excited about that. We have our Plinko board over there, you can see by LJ, and she's going to be dropping some chips in for some winners, and we're excited about that. We also have some prizes we're going to be drawing later on from the registrants, so thanks everybody for registering. Maybe before we get into that, I want to bring up a couple other things, bring on my screen and look at some other details with maybe just some quick level items as far as things just to be aware of as the day progresses. So this is the main site. When you go to log in, you see the welcome screen here for Spring Fling. And I just wanted to briefly talk about this and a couple components. The reason I bring this up, we've added some things, so we appreciate your comments. You're going to notice now at the top of this page, there's this watch live. One of the things that we had found is a lot of you had come back and hit your dashboard, or as you were logged onto the main site, where do we go find the exact live content? So we wanted to make sure that was very, very easy. So you'll notice that we've added to the top, you can just log right on. And if you're in your dashboard, I'm going to log into my dashboard so you can see this. We have the same thing available. So that just stays up top. So it's just super easy to come in and get right into what is happening live now. So I wanted to point that out. Obviously, one of the big things that's been really great on this Spring Fling is if you look over here to the right, we have all these announcements. And so this gives you a chance to see some of the new announcements. One of the ones that we did yesterday, again, that we had learned out on Thursday, is we had provided coupons and we didn't have a chance to have a link. And so not only have we included a couple announcements, but on the left, you'll notice as I highlight these down the side, Spring Fling on the left, that kind of takes you to the main home page. Right below that, we also have the coupon page, and I'm not going to go there now. We'll take a look at the wonderful deals that we have a little bit later. But if you haven't had a chance, later on, go ahead and browse to see what kind of promotions we have. And in fact, down towards the bottom, we have this area that is the sale that has all of the key items that are on sale. But again, the coupons are now available for you. Again, the see all events, and I'm going to go into here right now. This is a list of all the events that are going to be happening today. If you wanted to know maybe what you've missed, you can see that we have Thursday and Friday's events listed. They are going to be posted so that you can go back and watch the individual classes that we did within those events. And then we're going to continue to post as we move through the additional events as we finish through those. This is today. So here we're starting, we're live. I am going to be spending, after I do this introduction and then give away some free things, I am going to be taking you through kind of a mental journey on where you might be in your quilting process and considerations, questions to be asking yourself regarding some next steps. This isn't going to teach you how to piece a quilt or how to choose a pattern. I think you probably already do that. And I'm guessing you have several patterns that you're waiting to quilt and you love that process. Really, as Grace Company continues to look at providing solutions for a lot of the challenges. As an example, you're pushing and you're moving fabric through the, you're pushing and you're moving your fabric through the throat of your domestic machine. Well, is there a better way, or what might be some solutions? And then as you start to look at tools, like we have these wonderful frames that you can start with your domestic machine. Which one might be best for you? And I want to ask you some questions. How big are your projects? How much space do you have? What other kind of accessories might you want to have with that? And we're going to talk a little bit more about what that is. So I just wanted to share a little bit about that. We're also going to then move in, and Leah Day, she's going to talk about and give us some education on some of her wonderful rulers. We have those, and they're available at leahday.com. You can go to her site. You can find those with several other dealers as well, as they are one of the key things that we partnered with her on with her designs. So they're an item that Grace Company sells to all of our different dealers. And so we appreciate her willingness as both an ambassador and a dealer to continue to help you as quilters find those right tools. So she's going to go through and share quite a bit of information with us regarding that. And it's been wonderful to be able to have her with us. We're also going to get into this. Automation might not be for you. You might be thinking like, oh, I don't know if that's going to be of interest, or am I needing to do that? Well, the thought is you might want to hang around to see a little bit more about what it can do for you. It does not take and eliminate your creativity. In fact, it's one of my favorite ways to quilt. I am not fantastic at free motion, but I can create some patterns. I can combine patterns, and I've done several quilts by utilizing your automation. So this is going to be wonderful by having Janet George. She's kind of, I'd call a professional. She probably wouldn't call herself that. I think she is. She's been around for many, many years. She's one of Grace's ambassadors here, and she is a professional in this realm. And she's been in the automated field using computer automation with several different machines, and her knowledge is vast. And so it's going to be great to have her here. She's going to talk about one of the modes called easy mode and how simple it is to use that to engage and then finish quilts with automation. So you can see there's part one. We will have another part coming up later. We're going to go through and look at a lot of the quilts. We're going to spend some time to look at all the pretty quilts. If you haven't had a chance to do so, again, I would encourage you, reach out, take a look. You can browse those quilts. There are 6 different sections. We'll maybe pop in there in here just a minute, but it's wonderful to see. You can also still upload your quilts as well. And then we're encouraging you to vote on all of those that are listed, because that's how the winners are selected, are from you, the quilters out there that are viewing. We're going to talk about, and later as we move through the day, we're going to do some free giveaways. We're going to talk about a sneak peek on another brand new product that Grace Company is going to be launching here in a couple months. I'll tell you, it's going to blow your mind. It's not something like a frame or a machine, but it's an accessory that is used with a machine, And I guarantee you've never seen anything like this. And I don't want to spoil what that is. So we're going to let Carla bring to light what that is when we get to that point in the event today. As we continue to go around with some giveaways, we're going to move into what we're going to call free motion fundamentals. Carla has a class that she's put together to talk about some of the basics of just standard free motion quilting. And I think as I've thought about this and as I've listened to her in her mind with her processes, and as she's worked through this with education, I can think, the biggest question most of our customers come in, and if you think about it, you moved from your domestic and you're kind of coming into our business, and then you might have upgraded to another machine, but you're getting started with these different machines. And even if it's with your domestics, a lot of people have this question: what's the first thing that I do? How do I start down this journey? And this is a great class that you'll be able to refer back to as Carla helps do that. At the very end of today, we're excited. We do have some more dedicated time, and we have brought this product up to talk about the Cutie frame. It's a fun tabletop frame. We have had some blips on this. We're going to spend a little bit more time in depth with me as I review this product specifically, and let you know what this means. So that's kind of where we're going to move through part of the day. One of the other things I want to encourage you to do is we do have a vendor hall. So there are several key promotions that are happening from a lot of the vendors that are participating with us. And so when you get a chance, again, I would encourage you to go browse the vendor portal. We were really trying just to see what we could do to bring you a little bit more content and some more discounts with hopefully some of your favorite shops out there. And so that's what we have here with the vendor hall. I would like to just do a quick shout out to everybody that has helped put this on. In the back, we have our group called Marketing Simplified, which partners with Grace Company and our internal marketing team to really make these kind of projects happen. And then everybody else who this might have impacted, our ambassadors, our educators. Thank you again, reaching out to all of them for all of your efforts. Let me come back to you, quilters. I'm looking right now. We continue to have more people come on. We've got more individuals. Amber from Indiana, welcome. We have Susan from Carolina. Thank you for coming. We love having you here. I'm looking to see, I'm wondering and curious to see if we're going to have, anybody else. I know we had some people from Canada. I think we're going to have a few others that will potentially pop in from outside the US. And I'm noticing this one. I guess I'll give credit to this really quick. This quilt behind me is a gift. So I would tell you my quick story is 15 years ago. I thought, they're blankets. And okay, don't curse me. Don't curse me. They're not blankets. We understand they're quilts. And I understand that there's a lot of love, a lot of time, a lot of money, in which a lot of people don't understand, a lot of talent and skills that also go into making quilts. So this is a quilt that I was very fortunate to be given from my mother-in-law. She is an avid quilter. She loves quilting. And this one, as you can see, I wanted it. You can look at all the piecework on that. Those are all pieced parts of each of those blocks. And so I was feeling very fortunate because I know she spent a lot of time on this quilt, and I had been eyeing it for quite some time, for a year and a half or so. And she gave us the chance to come select out of her selections one of the quilts. And so very, very grateful to be able to have this one. Also behind LJ, let me bring you back on, LJ, here really quick. We'll add her to the stream here. We can see behind her, that's another one that we would say is from Grandma Laurel. And those of you that don't know, we'll introduce Laurel Jane. She's actually my daughter. So I call her, that's why I'll probably be popping in between LJ and Laurel, because at the office she goes by Laurel, and I have called her LJ my entire life. So she's an LJ to me and a Laurel to everybody else. Actually named after both grandmothers, Laurel, Jane, and so therefore that's a fun little tidbit, which I think is part of the history of what even is quilting, right? It's our families, it's the ones we love. So thanks for the comment on the quilt. With that, thanks, LJ. I'm going to kind of maybe move you over there to the side for a minute, and we'll just get back to here in a little bit. So welcome. So again, it's really fun. We have people saying, hi, Laurel. It's great. Someone from Alaska. Hi, LJ. It's Tanya from Alaska. So let's throw that one up there. People are saying hi to you there. So thanks again, everybody, for what's going on. It sounds like, we got somebody from Alberta. Welcome. Thank you. Good morning from Central Alberta. And by the way, I can just maybe comment this. I love this because in the States, there are the 50 states. In a place like Alberta, I was talking, we have our distributor. I'm like, why does everybody refer to your big region? He says, like, what other area is it? Like, yeah, you have a town, but the regions is really the go-to. And I think, where are you from? We say Utah. And so it's just funny because I think they have a few and they're just so big and they cover such large perspectives. So I'm like, does that really let anybody know where you're from? So it's great to have you here visiting from Canada. So thank you, thank you. Going back really quick, I'm going to bring back in my screen one more time here as I can bring this up. One other thing that I would like to show you in your inside of an item, like for example, the quilt show, if there are quilts, I'm going to go and pop in one here. Let's click into the hand to heart. And one of the things that's wonderful is once you're in here, I wanted to show you a couple things. You can vote on these, and how to do so is there's this option here right at the top. You can vote. Also, you can copy a link to share it, or you can email or put and place this on Facebook. I would encourage you to do so. That just helps present everybody's quilts into a much broader perspective, and I think that's one of the things that we're missing. Think when you go to a live show, really what are you missing? You know, what is it that we miss when we go to a live show? And really the draw are, I think, two things. Number one, I would say are all the quilts that you want to see. And a lot of these quilts have several pictures so you can see some close-ups. And so we changed the way we allowed individuals to upload their quilt pictures so that we can have more detail, so it's more of an experience. And so that's a really nice thing. And I think sharing that with others is great. The other one is, I think, education, right? And then hopefully maybe a couple bargains on the end of that, because heck, why not go do a little shopping? So with that, we've tried to incorporate all those pieces together. And again, also, as you're doing this, as you're reviewing, there's prizes to be won. So look and vote for your quilts. Look to help those that you might know win a little something. One last item I wanted to go into here. You also can actually just vote by doing a highlight over the vote up on the top right corner of the quilt in its area. So you actually don't have to go into it if you don't want to look at more details. So we tried to make this as easy as possible. Again, just as a last recap, up top here, you can see there's that watch live that gets you into the live video area anytime you want now, which is, I think, a really nice, handy thing. And again, thanks for our development team. They've done a great job being very, very responsive to that. A couple last pieces. We have, and we will be commenting, and we'll try to answer a lot of your comments that you have as you're going to be going throughout today. Be patient with us. We're probably not going to get to all of them, but I do want to bring this up at any time. I'm going to ask for you, and the 800 number right now with what we have, we're not in the office today. And so what I would tell you is you can call the 1-800 number and leave a message, but if you log on to graceframe.com, by doing so, you'll be able to log on and see a lot of the key contents. And then we do have a couple of people trying to help out with the chat today so that we can help walk you through a few things if you need to. And then we'll be back open on Monday Mountain Standard Time at 8 a.m. So again, just know that we're here live with you now today. We have a couple people here. We've got somebody on our Grace Company chat as well, so that we can help answer any questions that you might have through the chat. The last thing is, as we're going to be placing comments into respond to what you have, you'll notice they will come from Grace Company. In fact, let me go pull one of these comments up, and I'm going to kind of show you here because I saw a couple. You throw a comment in there for me really quick here. So there we go. So here we go. I'm going to show this, and you'll notice that it has this icon on the left side. So let me point over to it here, right here. This says Grace Frame. This is from us. And so if it doesn't have this and there's somebody else throwing in some random link, don't go there. I don't think we've had that yet here on our site, but I've just heard of others doing live events like this where others are joining not for the interest of learning and betterment, but unfortunately taking advantage of others. But this is what ours look like. You'll see this is from the Grace Company, Fine Quilting Products. This is us, and these will be the legit ones. And we will, at this point, we'll also go through and we're going to be sending we'll put links through these type of ones. So this is what it looks like on Facebook and then YouTube. So just a quick rule of thumb, we might send you a couple links this way. If not, we're just going to encourage you to reach out to the Grace Frame website at www.graceframe.com. So those are some key things I kind of wanted to get out of the way. Outside of that, we're just excited about what's going on. And I'm going to move into part of this next piece. But before I do this, let me bring LJ back on here really quick. What I wanted to do with LJ is I wanted to go ahead and ask her a quick question that had to do with frames in general. She's seen a newer frame, but maybe I can also ask you, what would be a number one question? So first, tell me, what have your thoughts been in general about you now being and hearing about the quilters calling in to ask questions about frames? What do you think, like what's maybe share with me, what's your number one question that normally comes in? And then I'm curious to know, what do you think the impact has been on quilters who've been able to buy a frame as a tool to help them finish more quilting?
Yeah, so great question. I'd say one of the top questions that I get a lot is what size quilt can I do on it?
And I think that's a big one. Let me ask, when they're asking the projects, do they have limitations? Are they finding themselves that there's a reason they're looking at that? And maybe what is that reason? Share with me a little bit more on what you tell them regarding that.
Yeah, so I think oftentimes some people are looking. They like to do either bigger quilts, and so sometimes they're finding it really hard to try and maneuver the fabric through the machine, and so it's just really hard, and it can get your shoulders. And after time, you try and put your hands through. You don't want to nick your hands or anything with the needle either. So I think that's a big thing that people kind of run into with their quilt sizes.
Good, wonderful, thanks.